Supercell has just announced the removal of wildcards, level 16, and a sneak peek at something heroic. Don't know what that means, but we're going to talk all about it today, jumping right into the brand new release they have put out on their website, going all over the new update. And the big thing that I took away from this right away, obviously, is going to be that goodbye elite wild cards. You guys probably are like me, I don't have a maxed out deck. A lot of my cards are underleveled. Wild cards were brutal trying to obtain, and Supercell has finally said enough is enough. We're getting rid of the wild cards. You're gonna upgrade your cards the same way you would any other level, which is a huge W. On the flip side, they are releasing level 16. The big thing to note though is that level 16 is coming at a different price than you would expect. All of the levels are going to be cheaper to update or to upgrade with gold and require less cards. If we go down to the new gold requirements, you can see that a level 15 is going to require 90,000 gold to upgrade, which is even cheaper than what level 14 used to be. Level 14, if you scroll up, used to be 100,000 gold. So first things first, don't upgrade any of your cards. You need to wait until this update goes live in about 2 weeks. I believe it is November 24th when this update date goes live. The new card requirements are even more interesting because level 14 used to be 20 for a legendary and has gone down to 14 for level 15. Level 14 is 12 now. That is 8 cards less than you previously had to have for level 14. All things considered, this is going to make progressing through the game much easier and more feasible to get to level 16. And one of the things that I noticed when I was started to read this, I haven't read all of it, we're going to read it together. If we scroll down, we can see ranked battles will remain capped at level 15 until May of 2026. 6 months of time to get yourself from level 15 to 16 in the next season for ranked, which I think is a massive W, all things considered. Being able to compete in ranked is going to, with the same levels as everybody else, is going to make it much more even and fair. We also have different trophy ranges to unlocked ranked. If you scroll up, you'll see the November, you only need 10,000 trophies to unlock ranked, which is crazy. Now, this isn't live just yet. If you have 10,000 trophies, you can't join ranked as of right now, but in December, it's going to keep going up and up and up, and I imagine by May, that'll somewhere even out to being 15K trophies again, unless they decide to leave it at 11,500 for the April and May seasons. They might just leave it at 11 and a half. I'm not too sure, but I think that it makes sense to go back up to 15,000 after a certain period of time. In my opinion, and maybe this is an unpopular opinion, I like the idea of ranked being unlocked at 15,000 trophies. I think it means that you have to grind for it a little bit more, but at the same time, I do understand that adding another level into the system means it's going to be that much harder to hit 15,000 trophies, especially when you're somebody like me. I only have enough gold to get one card right now to level 14. I couldn't imagine how hard it would be to get all of my cards to level 16, nonetheless 15. So it's going to be a grind to get those cards up, and once other players have their cards up, it's going to be an uphill battle for the free-to-play community trying to get to 15K trophies. So I do really like this idea of having it lower amount of trophies to get to unlock ranked, and then making it level 15 all across the board. I think that makes a lot of sense. There's also going to be new trophy road changes. Obviously, with having no more elite wildcards, the rewards are going to be different. They also talk about different things when it comes to wildcard storages being full and what happens if you're already upgrading a level 14 card. You can go through this and read exactly what they say, but one of the things that I noticed when I was reading this originally, there's going to be different types of exchanges. First of all, we have the elite wildcard exchange. This says that they're going to put elite wildcards into gems, which in my opinion, I don't think it's worth getting the gems. I think you're better off adding elite wildcards to a card and then getting the cards that it gives you for having that card in upgrade. That would be the way I would spend my elite wildcards personally. I'd rather put it into one of my legendary cards and then have that card have some cards already added to it once the update goes live over getting gems, because obviously gems you can only do so much with. But at the same time, if you're somebody who has a ton of cards, a ton of different wild cards and gold, and you're lacking gems, maybe this would be a good idea to hold on to your wild cards and then get those gems when this update goes live. Like I said, it is November 24th. Now, this is something interesting that I just noticed, that they are getting rid of the books. I didn't even realize this when I skimmed over this article earlier, but it looks like because of how difficult it is to use the books and they only stack one, players aren't being able to use them at the right time. They have them stocked up, or they just can't get enough of them. They don't have the gold, whatever it might be. So it looks like they're just going to be completely getting rid of the book system, and those books are going to get transferred to a card of that rarity. So if you have a book of legendaries, it's going to turn into legendary wildcards. And this is going to depend on your king tower level. So if you're level 15, you're in luck because you're getting 20 legendary books per book of legendaries. Now, if you're only a level 10, you're only going to get 4, which does kind of suck. So this is the hard part. I didn't really notice this until right now. So now I'm wondering if it's worth trying to upgrade your crown tower, or if it's better off not spending the gold in cards when all the changes come in, because it's going to cost less gold and require less cards. I still think it's better to save everything right now and do this after the update goes live, unless you're really close to leveling up. But it's kind of a you decision at that point. I think it's really dependent on what you're looking for in the game, but definitely being a higher level is going to reward you because, like I said, I mean, 6,000 gems for a book of books is kind of crazy too. I don't feel like that's worth it personally. I would try to use that book of books on like a champion card, try to get that card maxed out to level 15 in my opinion, though I don't have a book of books. So I guess, you know, maybe my opinion's irrelevant. So that's definitely something for you to decide. It's very interesting that they're getting rid of the book of books though, or books in general. Same thing with the magic coin. It looks like the magic coin's going to be gone and you're going to get X amount of gold depending on the king tower level you're at. All things considered, I think Supercell has done a pretty good job of trying to balance out the good from the bad, because, you know, when they announced they're going to release a new card level in level 16. I know a lot of people don't want to see this level come in. I would say that I'm one of them. I don't know that I want to see another level while my cards are still all level 11, 12, 13, some 14. I have like 3 level 15 cards. It's just hard to think that I'm going to have to go one more level now when my cards aren't even maxed out to begin with. You know, I feel like it's going to bring a lot of negative pressure from the community due to the fact that a lot of people just simply aren't maxed out and it's so difficult to get maxed out. But they're changing the way you upgrade your cards to max level now, so it should be better for progression. And on top of that, because of ranked being capped for 6 months at level 15, it means that people can go play ranked, and being at a lower trophy range at that 10,000 range. If you're not at 10,000 trophies, there's no way you're having a max deck to begin with. So it's giving you a lot more of an option of how to play the game. You can go play ranked if you don't want to be playing against level 16 maxed out credit card kids, which is going to be what I'm probably going to end up doing. You know, I'll try to push to level or to 15,000 trophies by the 24th when the update drops, and then I'll probably just play ranked until I get my cards up to level 15 and, you know, maybe 1 or 2 to level 16. But I'm glad they're getting rid of the elite wildcards. It was such a pain. Hopefully that transfer rate, I'm going to put all my cards into, you know, a legendary card and get those cards into that card. I think getting the gems is pointless, but it's definitely an interesting update, all things considered. The big things, like I said, though, are the fact that they're getting rid of the wild cards. They're going to be capping ranked at level 15. Level 16 obviously is incoming. And then, like I said, the biggest thing that isn't really a known entity at the moment is, what is the heroic update? Now, if we go down here, we'll see, remember, progression changes, including level 16, aren't the only thing coming to Clash Royale with our final update of the year. Something completely new and heroic will be added in December with our new form. So stay tuned, sneak peeks start next week. That's interesting. That makes me think they're going to add another card, as in a heroic card, just due to the fact that if we go up here and we look at this, like this looks like, this card literally looks like, I don't know, mini P.E.K.K.A dual wielding cannons that are coming out of the back of its shell. Like, I don't know what this card is. It looks crazy, and it makes me interested that they're saying something heroic is coming, because it just sounds like it's going to be a new card type. They have legendary, champion, and now they could have heroic. I'm not a fan of that personally. I was already iffy on champion cards. Like, I kind of get the fact that they have an ability, they're different. It's kind of cool. You know, I'm fine with champion cards, but I don't want there to be another rarity card in heroic cards. I feel like that's just going to put the game way out of whack. I'm all for them releasing one or two new cards, but I don't think we need any other rarities at this point. You know, the champion rarity was already enough in my mind. We'll see what the heroic thing is. It could be anything. It could be a new tower troop for all we know. But yeah, that's probably one of the more interesting things that we just have no word on yet. I'm sure some of the big YouTubers know, but obviously I have no idea, so I can't really tell you. So we'll just have to wait and see what the new releases and sneak peeks come out to be. Like I said, this thing looks like a troop. It looks like a new rarity, but I just simply don't know. I think this update promises a lot of things, and we'll see whether it delivers. But all things considered, getting rid of elite wildcards is huge in my mind. Level 16 is going to be interesting. We'll have to wait and see. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. We'll kind of keep covering it as we get more information, but all things considered, massive day for Clash Royale players all over the world. You know, level 16's coming, elite wildcards are going, and potentially a new troop, a heroic rarity. We have no idea. We'll find out soon. That being said, though, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.